Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and also the bell notification for the notification new uploads that I bring to you. Thank you so much for your comments and your suggestions, your opinions. This was another special request that I received. Somebody wanted a doily with more pearls in it. So I guess I keep putting myself to the challenge, which is a great thing because this is how we create new things, new arts. So I liked it. It came out pretty good. And I did in purple. The top one was multicolored purple. 4-ply, 100% cotton thread, Portuguese thread. This is the multicolor I used here, and I used the lime green on this one, and of course the white. And these are 8 millimeters beads. Okay, so I'm going to create again, but this time I'm going to use the salmon pink white, which also is a 4-ply. And I have the multicolored burgundy and the same pink. And my lighting sucks, but you know, there's only so much I can do. This is 4-plies also. A hook, size 3, a little one for tucking in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. Now I have 67 beads on here per row. Okay, so you need, you can go as many rows as you want. You can do 3 rows, 4 rows of beads. It's up to you. Just keep going on the rows. So basically I have 67 first row, 67 the second row. Okay, so we're going to get started, people. Thank you so much again. Now, before I forget, right up top on the right-hand corner, there's 3 little buttons, and you can click there to slow down the video to your liking. If some of you have a hard time following videos, you do have the CC, which is closed caption, right next to the 3 little buttons. Click on there, and it will appear the letters down here as I'm speaking. You can take notes as you slow down the video and pause and take notes of the stitch that I'm calling out. Okay, make it simple and easy for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please share with your friends on Facebook, put it public, and your families. It helps to grow the channel. Give it those thumbs up. It's very important for the video. It costs nothing. It's just a click away. And watch the commercials go through. It's only 20-second commercial. It does help the video also to be recognized. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is that magic circle. For some of you that still have a hard time with it, you can do chain 5. So you just go behind and grab your thread. Of course, my hands are slippery. And don't close it all the way, obviously, but put your in position, your thread, and chain 3. This is equal, a double crochet, and 1 more for separation. So we're going to have 12 double crochet here on the magic circle, separated by 1 chain. So this is row 1. I'll meet you at the end. So now once you finish doing your 12 double crochet, we're going to come into the first loop up top from the chain we did and close it in with slip stitch. Now I call it the walk. We're going to walk into the center of the middle here between the double crochets with a single 2 chain. This would equal a double crochet and another double crochet on the same space, 1 chain separation, and in between the other 2 double crochets. So now we're doing groups of 2 double crochets per space, 1 chain separation between them, row 2. I'm going to do this all the way around, And we're going to close it once we reach here at the end on the third chain with a slip stitch. So now we've closed it with a slip stitch. We're going to walk, I call it the walk, with the slip stitch into the center of the space here with a single, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in here. So now we're creating groups of 3 double crochet separated by 1 chain. So the next space, 3 double crochet, 1 chain, coming into the next space, 3 double crochet, and we're going to do this all the way around. Come to the end on the third space, we're going to close it with a slip stitch. Okay, so I pretty much finished row 3. We're going into row 4, chain 3, next space double crochet. So now we're increasing, and on the last space we're adding 2 together. So we're going to have a total of 4 double crochets. It's going to be repeatedly the same rows like this all the way until your 10th row. But on the 10th row, we're going to add one double crochet inside of the space, okay? Let me just show you here. So I have 10 rows, including this last one here, which is the 10 double crochet, added 1 at the end, the 2 together, and 1 double crochet in the center of the space, then continue, and then add at the end, okay? So there's no point of recording constantly the same thing. This is very simple. You can go as many rows as you like, the length you'd like on this. So double crochet, 1 chain going into the first double crochet, second double crochet, and 2 together at the end always. So we're increasing. So we're going to have row 1 with 1, row 2 with 2, row 3 with 3, row 4 with 4, row 5 with 5, row 6 with 6, and so on until 10. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do mine because there's nothing to it. It's just repeatedly the same thing until my 10th row. But I'll come back to you at the beginning of the 10th row so you don't get confused, by anything, because we have to add that double crochet in the center of the space. Okay, so just continue to do yours like this until the 10th row. Okay, you guys, coming into row 10, so I pretty much did, starting from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going into row 10. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I've done my 3 chains. I'm going to continue on the same way, nothing changes, we're just adding where the empty square is, we're adding 1 double crochet. Always look ahead of the video before you create anything in case there's mistakes. It's humanly possible to do them. Okay, so 2 at the end. So we end up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Inside of the space here, double crochet. And we proceed the same way all the way around. Adding 2 on the last one, of course. And 1 where the space is. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I pretty much finished doing all my double crochets all the way around, my 10 double crochets plus 1 in the middle of the squares here. Now, what I did was, to make things easy, excuse me, I've put my pearls in my thread already. So I have 1 white, because I won't have enough of this pink. I put one white. You could use whatever colors you want. I mean, you don't have to use my colors. You can do whatever, you know. This would have looked gorgeous also on this blue with some of white pearls or even the blue pearls. I mean, you can play with colors like there's no tomorrow. So what I did was, because I wouldn't have enough pink, I did, since we need 67 of them, per row. Of course, if you're doing more rows, then you know you need to put a lot more. So I put my 67 already in my thread, and I put one white in between every 5 pearl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put a white so I can have enough, or else I wouldn't have enough for it. Now, to give it a little punch, a little touch, you can do this into the Christmas colors, into the red, you know, and the multicolored red and things like that, with some white. Or if you're doing white, you can do the red pearls and then the red around it to finish it. Excuse me, like we have here at the edge, right? Okay, so I'm going to try this, see if I like this. I'm going to put a little edge here. This is multicolored silver, so it's got this beautiful shine to it. I don't know if you probably see it better here. My camera doesn't do its justice, but look, it's got this beautiful silver shine. So I'm going to put it to the test to see if I like it. Slip stitch knot. I'm just going to come in on every one of these stitches and do single crochet. Okay, so all the way around. I mean, this is optional, you don't have to. I didn't do it on the other one, but I've been really dying, and this would have looked perfect with this blue, and I'm sure you can all agree on, but I wouldn't have enough blue. That's why I didn't do it, because I did wanted to do it in the blue, but I wouldn't have enough thread for it, so decided to go with this one. Anywhere, you can start off anywhere with a single, and it's got sparkles, bling bling on it, and just do single crochet per space, so nothing to it. We're going to do this all the way around. So row 11, single crochet. Now if you don't want to do this, then just leave it and fast forward to the next step, which is putting on the pearls. Okay, so this is very optional. It's just to give it that little little punch touch. You know, you probably can't see it on camera because my camera just is awful, but it's got this beautiful I mean, you probably could see it here on the black. It's got this beautiful shine to it. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, you guys, so pretty much did my single with that silver bling bling around it. Let's see how it works. I'm going to grab my thread here with my pearls. I'm going to do a slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in anywhere at this point. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to do a single. Okay, try to pull my thread here to the front. Now, I'm going to pull one pearl right to the edge. This is very simple, but you just have to be patient with it. Okay, so you're going to grab, put your pearl to the back here. You're going to grab your thread. You're going to come into the next space. So you're doing a half. Oops, and I'm making a mistake already. Okay, we have to work it from the back. Sorry about that, people. So just turn your pattern. We have to work from the back part so they can face the front. Okay, so grab your thread, go into the next space. We're doing half double crochet now, not too loose and not too tight. Okay, and then next space. Okay, trying to hide my thread again. We're doing a single. Okay, pull your pearl again to the edge. I'll show you in a minute once we have 2, 3 in. Okay, so we're working from the back part. Keep your pearl to the front here, okay? Grab your thread, doing half double crochet in the next space, and then one single, okay? Grab your pearl. So very easy. It's just that you have to have the patience for it, you know. Again, next space, we are doing half, next space, single. Grab your bead, your pearl, next space again. We're doing half double crochet and single. Again, grab your pearl. So very simple. I'm going to do this all the way around. You can go as many rows as you like on this. So half, next space, single, and again. And of course you can use whatever color of thread at this point. You could do all in one color. Half, double crochet, and single. Now, not too tight and not too loose. Let me just show you what it looks like. I think it gives it a nice little punch there. It's gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to continue to do that all the way around. And then we're going to close it in, slip stitch on the first one here, and make a few knots, tuck it in, make sure nothing comes apart. Okay, so very simple. Again, I'll show you again, just so you don't get confused. Okay, so we have our single, and pull our pearl right to the edge. You can hold it with the back finger also, it will help you. Into the next space, half double crochet, next space, single. Pull your pearl again very close, hold it with your back finger, half, next space, single. Look at that, how beautiful that's going to look, right? I mean, you could imagine already how nice it's going to look all the way around once all the other rows are in. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, I pretty much came to the end. In the end, we have the single left right after we close in the pearl. Now I'm going to come into the first one here, and I'm just going to slip stitch through it. I'm going to cut it. If you want to continue with the same thread, go ahead. I'm going to use the next row of whites only because, like I said, I don't have enough of the pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pink thread so the white pearls can stick out on them. So I'm just making a knot here. We want to make sure that nothing is going to come apart. So come through the loops in the back and make 2-3 knots just to make sure that it's all good. We wouldn't want these pearls to be coming out anywhere. So I have like 2 knots already. I should be good. And then you turn it around, of course. And this, of course, once it's all next row goes in, then we should be good to go. Just gonna cut some of the thread here, and then once we put the next row, the pearls will fall into place. Now, I know you can't see it on camera, but it's got this beautiful silver bling in between them, so it gives a nice sophistication. I'm going to pull out my pink. Now, remember that you have to put 67 beads. Actually, you should put extra, just in case, of my pearls into the thread. So I'm going to put like 70 just to make sure. Okay, everyone, so we're going to do the slip stitch knot. Trying to get all my beads here. And we're going to come back where we left off here. Now, we're going right in where we have the bead, okay? So let's say here, the white one. Where we have the bead already, we're going right in and doing a single, okay? We're going to pull one bead, one pearl. So right on top of the pearl, we're going to grab our thread. Where we have the single that we did right after the pearl, we're going to do the half, and I'm doing the wrong way again. Sorry, people. We have to turn to the back. So just turn your pattern. So we're okay. We're on top of the first bead, the first pearl. Just turn it around. We're going to grab it and come where the single is and do our half double crochet. Next space, single. That's exactly where we have the bead. Okay? We're going to pull the bead again. If you need to slow down the video, go ahead. Okay, next space where we have the single, we're doing half. And next space is we're doing single where we have our bead in the front. So again, pulling the pearl, bead, pearl, whatever you want to call it, where we have our single here, we're doing half. And the next space we have our bead, we're doing single. Now, if you turn it around, you'll see that they fall diagonal one to another like that, okay? We're going to continue like that all the way around. Okay, so we did our single. Just pull your pearl. Hold away your finger. We don't want it too loose or else they start flapping too much. So we're did half, double crochet, next space, single. So it's going to look like that. Okay, we're going to do that all the way around, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so pretty much finished it. I think it looks pretty gorgeous considering I didn't have enough the pink beads. I wanted to do you know, the whole row in pink and then the next row in white, and have every six a pink one, you know, but I didn't have it. That works out for me, just to say. So as you can see, I had put extra on my thread just to make sure, but now I don't need it, so I'm just going to pull it back. If you wanted to do another row, then you would just continue the same thing, working through the back part and continue on. Okay, so this part is very, very easy. Nothing to it. We're going to be doing all double crochets all the way around for each stitch, as you can see here. So only double crochets. Now this edge is similar to the last doily, the Christmas doily I've done on my last video. I find it pretty, pretty, pretty nice. So 1, 2, 3 chain. Okay, so we're on this thing. I'm going to come right in the middle where we have the pearl and do double crochet. Where we have the single, double crochet. Where we have the pearl, double crochet. The single, double crochet. Where we have just pull the purl to the front a bit and do the double crochet. So we're going to do that, only double crochets all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so come to my last one. I'm going to come in and close with slip stitch. Now look how gorgeous this looks with the pink backsplash on it. Beautiful. Okay, so I am debating on that gold color, but I think I'll use it at the end. Not the gold, the silver, I should say. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 chain. Is it 3? No, sorry, 1 chain. Sometimes where my head is at. So we close with a slip stitch, do 1 chain, come back on the same one. We're creating a single, next space, 2 single, next space, 3 single. So I'm just counting them, okay? So 1 per space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 singles, okay? 1 per space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, again singles. We're going to create again 8 singles, and this is how we're going to do it all the way around by skipping 4 space on the 4th space, I should say, skipping 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, skip 1, 2, 3 on your 4th space, single, and we're doing 8 singles again. So we're going to continue like that all the way around. Okay, so I've come to the end. I've done my 8 singles, 5 chain. I'm coming into the first one, the first single that we did, and slip stitch through it. How gorgeous is that? My goodness. Okay, so we've come to the end. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to use at the beginning I mentioned I was going to use the multicolored. I'm not. See, that's how it goes. I changed my mind like that. But I will be using that silver on the next row. So slip stitch on the first single. We are going to walk. I call it the walk over to the next space. We can do a single, and then next space, another single. We're going to have a total of 6 singles. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have went one more over, and I didn't go over properly. Okay, so I'm going to go slip stitch. Now, 1 single. Okay, so you're going to skip your first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I overdid it. Well, you see, this is what happens. I was right the first time, and okay, so let me see. 1 chain. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 1 chain after the slip stitch and single. Next space, single. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles. So we skip the first one and we skip the last one. We don't do the last one. We're going directly inside of the space here and doing 9 double crochets. Okay, so this row is going to be the same way all the way around. So very simple, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We're going to skip this first one. We're going into the second one here with single, 2 singles, next space, 3 singles, next space, 4 singles, next space, 5 singles, and next space, 6 singles. We don't do the last one, so we skip the first one here, and we skip the last one. Come inside of the big space here of the 5 chain and do 9 double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I did my last one. I'm coming in where I did my first single and closing in with a slip stitch. Cutting my thread, changing colors, of course. Once it's all settled in, it looks real pretty. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to just tuck in our loose ends here with bringing it to the back, coming into the back loops. You want to make sure that everything is pretty tucked in, nothing's going to come apart. So do a knot. I like to knot all my pieces. Most of you know that. To secure that once it's being washed, this is all hand washed, by the way, people, you know, you gotta make sure that, and hand dry. And so I have 2 knots on there. I'm gonna do one more and I'm good to go, because this weighs because of the beads, right? Now, as far as the magic circle that we did at the beginning, make sure you pull it well in together. Just come through the loops back here and pull the thread through it, just like that. Gives it a nice finish. I just noticed that my nail polish is the same color as that salmon pink. My camera doesn't do justice to these colors, but it's really gorgeous in person. So once you go through the loops in the back, you're good to go. See, gives it a nice clean finish. Okay, back into, I believe, and so you have the option. You can do with the white, this next row, or with the silver. I'm going to see which one works best. If I will do, I'll see if I like the silver, I'll do the silver. If not, I'll do white and then the silver on the last row, because we have 2 more rows, this row and the next row. So slip stitch knot. I'm going to skip the first single. I'm coming into the second and doing a single stitch. Next space, another single. Next space, I'm trying to hide my thread already. 3 singles and 4 singles. Okay, we don't do the first one and we don't do the last one. Now we're going to come in between on the first double crochet, and we're doing double triple. Okay, so we're coming in from the back into the front, into the back, grabbing our thread, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1 chain, again double triple, come in between the first and the second double crochet, going into the back again, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. Again, double triple, coming in the second and the third, between the second, third double crochet, from the back to the front to the back, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. Again, coming between the third and the fourth double crochet, from the back to the front, into the back, and again 1 chain separation, and repeat the process again. 1 chain, and repeat the, we're going to have 8 double triple crochet, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No chain separation. We're skipping the first single, going into the second one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 singles. And we're going to repeat the process. Now, like I said, you can do it on silver like this one, or you can do the white and then the last row, which the peacock, you can do it with this color. So I'll see if I like this. It's all about testing it. You have to go with the flow. You have to put it at risk with different colors and see which one you like best. Don't just be stuck in one color, because colors is what brings the motives of the pattern out. So be wise about it. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And we have that little one here. And then we'll use the white at the end with peacock, or we could have used the white on here. Let me see. Where do I have it? And we could use this gold, not gold, the silver at the end. So I'm just going to turn my pattern here and put it to the test, which one I like. And this is how usually I proceed with my patterns. I usually put it to the test and see what do I like best. Okay, so we skip the first one, going to the second one with a single. Try to hide your thread at the same time. Next space, single. Next space, single. And next space, single. So we skipped the first and the last. You're going to have 4 singles. Double, triple, come in between the first one and do your double, triple crochet, 1 chain. So I'm going to put it to the test and see which one I like best. And I'll go with the flow and make my choice from there. You can't go wrong either or. They're both beautiful, standout, sophisticated colors on this pattern. But, you know, you always have that option to choose whatever one you want. Whatever stands out more for your eyes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip the first one into the second one, single. Single, so we're going to have 4 singles. Next space, single and single. One chain separation, and again coming between them into the back. What I'm doing here, must have grabbed the other one. Well, it's kind of hard to decide, isn't it? Okay, well, I'll make my decision and take it from there. So continue yours and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, as you can see, I kept the white. So I'm finishing my last one. Coming into the first single I did. Slip stitch. Cut my thread. They're both beautiful colors, but the white stood out to me more. So basically, this is how we make decisions. We have to go with what we feel we're comfortable with. So I'm just coming in through some of the loops here, making a couple of knots to make sure nothing comes apart. and on the last row, and then we're completely done. So I think this came out pretty nice, don't you think? Okay, so let me try my silver. Good heavens, I have so much thread all over my feet. Okay, let's try with the silver. And if I'm still not comfortable with it, then I'll use the pink on the last one. And what I'm having an idea is I could always, by using a smaller hook, you could always do this too if you'd like. It's option. You could always go through, let's say, some of the, let's say here, you know what, we have all the double crochets. We can come here and do, wait a minute. It's always harder the first one, and do slip stitch, okay? And then into the second here and slip stitch. This looks really pretty. I have done it in a few of my patterns in the past. You get used to after a while. It's been a while I haven't done it, but anyway, just slip stitch through each stitch here. Don't tighten too much or you're going to be pulling on the pattern. So this is an option. You can do this if you want to use, let's say, the pink at the end. So it would look like this. Really pretty too. Okay, so you can just slip stitch right through it. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna go and we're doing the peacock here. So you can grab any single here. We're going into the second single, okay, because we're going to end up with 2 singles now. We're decreasing on the singles here, trying to hide my thread as usual. I'm pulling on my thread here. 1 single, 2 singles. So we're skipping the first one and we don't do the last one, okay? And then we're coming directly into, if your stitch is extremely tight, you don't want to be pulling on it. You might want to do, let's say, 1 chain just to make sure. And we're coming directly inside of the space where we have the double crochets with a single. 1, 2, 3. And close it in peacock. Next space. 1, 2, 3. And coming in the first one. And peacock. Single, 1, 2, 3, coming into the first one. And should do a single here on closing because I think it'll give it a little bit more volume, because this bling bling thread is a little bit thinner than my regular thread, my 4-ply. So a little bit thinner than that. So, and then again, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. So this does it for this tutorial. I hope that you liked this doily. Remember that you can use whatever colors you'd like. You can play with collars. You can do into the Christmas collars. I think it will look stunning. So we skip the first one coming in. You might want to do 1 chain or don't do any chain. In my case, it's better for me because this thread is thinner than my 4 plies. So in order for it not to pull too much, I'm better off doing the 1 chain. 1, 2, 3 again. So you would do your 2 singles and then come into the first space here. So peek out all the way. And look how stunning this looks. Wow, just gorgeous. Look at that. I know it doesn't do justice, but it's beautiful. So I'll have the pictures on display at the end. I want to thank every single one of you again. Please give a thumbs up on the video. It's very important. Share it. Follow me on Instagram. Everything will be below on the description box. I will also leave the size to the doilies. All the information will be below in the description box. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Stay safe. Take care of each other, and especially yourself. Much hugs to every single one of you. Take care. Bye-bye.